So hello and welcome back everyone, and we're on more Garrison Archangel. Just to let you know that I got through to the second round of Spooktober, so let's just celebrate that for a moment. So, what's going to happen now is I am versus the next competition, which I'm doing rematches against here. I've done about 10 or so rematches just to see whether the enemy AI will be any sort of a threat, and sure enough it actually does look like it's going to be a bit of a threat. I say that because when you look at this AI, it is all melee based, it has a lot of rushdown, it has Gatling guns that it can use to poke, so it's really lethal up close, plus it has the same maneuverability pack from the previous AI. The only advantage that my AI has, apart from its range game, is the fact that it has more health points, which I'm actually happy about because it uses the combination of stats and range juggling to really get some damage in. The previous round that I fought in, I won 2-1, which was unexpected. I did like 5 test matches, as you know, with that one, and what happened was I won 2-0 every single time. I don't know whether it's the way that I'm doing the AI in this, or whether it's based on which AI is in which slot, the way that you set it up. But what happened was I always set my AI in slot 1, and then the rival slot in slot 2. And every time I've done this, I've won. Like, there has been no drawing, there has been no sort of the enemy getting a comeback. So it's interesting now to see that the first round I won, but it was one that I didn't expect to lose one match on. In the second round, I have a feeling that if it plays the same way, that I might, and I say might, end up winning, but only just because, as you can see here, this AI staggers like crazy up close, and it can hit really damn hard. I've not seen it use some of its specials that it can use, and the one large attack that it used from chaining the katana together to do this really damaging attack, I managed to evade it because I was in midair. Obviously we're playing in a much larger environment here, so I can dodge a little bit more. The thing is, in terms of mobility and speed and things, we are almost even. Like, I think the enemy AI has about 10 points between us in terms of mobility, so it's not that it can outmaneuver me. So I honestly think this is going to come down to health points and how much damage we can dish out, which I'm going to sound biased and say that I think mine has a little bit more DPS to it, or damage per second, purely based on the fact that I can poke like crazy with the Gatling guns, the missiles, and then I can go to the bazooka, which, funny enough, I haven't actually used on these test matches for some weird reason. My AI hardly uses it here. It might be because it likes using the katana. Now, a close-up battle with katanas is a little bit lethal, but the enemy AI doesn't seem to be using its other melee weapon quite a lot, so it resorts to us both poking at each other with long-range stuff, which, if that happens, and I just called my AI out and now he's using the bazooka loads, if that works, then hopefully I should get through to round 2, because as you can see, the bazooka right to the face and then katana follow-up staggers really well. I'm hoping that I can get a lot of these stagger shots, because the AI doesn't have any sort of thrust pack abilities where it can slam into me and stagger me that way. So the only way it can stagger me is by getting multiple melee hits on me. Not even the Gatling guns that it has can do stagger, if I remember rightly. They can only poke, and poking does small amounts of damage depending on how you use the Gatlings. Now my AI seems to use them in large bursts, but when you combine that with the back missiles that I've got that do not miss as much as the other missile pods, and then the katana and the triple bazooka, I think I've got a good setup here, especially with, I think it's like an added 1,000 defense points. I'll check after this match is over, but I'm looking confident again. I hope again that I win this. Thanks to everybody that gave me the support in the first round, and obviously thanks to Robofights for hosting this event. Either way, I'm enjoying this so far. I get incredibly anxious and nervous over things like this purely because I'm just enjoying it. So it's really fun for me to just take part in this, or at least for my AI to be taking part in this. Now, if we return to the lobby here, I'll show you. If we go back to the garage, just to finish up here, we go back to the garage, and we have all of my suits that I've made previously for the channel. And as you can see, here's Moody. My load percentage is a lot heavier at 97%. But as you can see, my melee damage mod is 135. My mobility is 4,250. Stability is 891. And hull points is 5,455. Now, the enemy has... Actually, I'd say it's about 600 points less of a defense. It's got a little bit more stability. It's got 25 points less than me in mobility. Its melee damage is almost the same as mine, and its loadout isn't as much. Now, I haven't taken into account the internals. Obviously, the internals could really change or break things, but because I don't know any of those details from the builds, I've just done them based on what I can see externally. So this build seems to be... Hang on. Nope, messed it up there. This build seems to be based purely on rushing down enemies and chopping them to pieces really fast. But I don't think that's going to work as well compared to my suit being able to dominate over range. Or at least put up a damn good range fight. Like, where are we? I love the way it swaps out and then just changes the menu up there. So there we go, we got base speed, base strength is 6,700, max weight, capacity. I have to keep that base strength stat in mind and check it in a moment. Dash distance is 6,000, stability points, threshold. I have bonus armor as well, which really does help. So let's go back here, base strength 6,700, and we go to the bottom here. The base strength is 5,900. So, overall, the stats are weaker. It's going to be interesting to see who wins. Either way, it's going to be interesting. So, I'll see you guys next time. I hope you enjoy and stay tuned. And again, check out Robofights' channel and the ladders to see where I get up to in the brackets. Anyway, until next time, bye!